sports icon and reality TV star Bruce Jenner. He will be opening up tomorrow night by all accounts about his journey in becoming a transgender woman. His interview will be seen by millions of people, putting a spotlight on a segment of the population that really hasn't received much positive attention.
Well, tonight, Carrie, you introduce us to Juli Myers.
She's a transgender woman here in Arizona. He may not have as big of an audience as Bruce Jenner, but she has a similar message. She transitioned late in life and shares the message that transitioning is a difficult journey and that it's made a lot easier with the support and understanding of others.
Good morning. It is a pleasure to be here.
It's 10 a.m. in this psychology class at Estrella Mountain Community College, and Juli Myers is in her element.
I'm here today to talk about the transgender experience, specifically my experience. You can ask whatever question is on your mind, whatever you want to know. I don't embarrass easily, I don't shame easily. If you can think it, I've probably been asked it before anyway.
The story of Juli's life flows out of her.
I was born James Douglas Myers Jr., and I was called Jimmy.
Born in a boy's body with a brain that insisted she was a girl.
I spent most of my life depressed, anxious, sad, and suicidal. You can't fathom what this is like. You have to pretend every day of your life. I've been married 3 times, and I was honest, up front with each. This is how I identify. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I want to try and be the person that everyone expects me to be.
About 4 years ago, when the stress became too much, with the support of his wife, Jimmy became Juli.
I need to talk to you. And before I could get it out, she says, you have to transition, right? And I said, yes. And I started to cry. And she said, well, call the doctor Monday and make an appointment, and we'll go. And there was no looking back from that at all. The hormones started working more quickly than I expected. And by the end of the month, here was Juli.
She calls it the best decision she ever made. But so many transgender people never make it to that point.
About 41% of people born with gender dysphoria attempt suicide at least once in their lives. That's the official number. I think the numbers are higher because they don't take into account the number of people born with gender dysphoria who never say a word to anybody, who never leave a note, who just go out quietly. I would say the number's closer to 50%. I don't think you'll find any demographic where half the people have at one point attempted to end their lives.
Juli says Bruce Jenner should be considered a survivor, and she hopes he gets a lot of support.
Imagine living 65 years like that, and then you'll know what it's been like for Bruce Jenner. The bravery, the courage it takes to do that in the public eye, I can't imagine a courage like that. It took me 43 years to transition as a nobody, but to come out as a celebrity, and not only that, but an athletic god, and then do this. I can't begin to fathom the kind of courage it takes.
Ironically, it was another athlete, trans woman, who went public who gave Juli hope as a child.
Thank heaven for Phil Donahue. It was on his program when I was 10 years old that I saw a woman named Renee Richards. Renee Richards had been born Richard Raskind and was an ophthalmologist and a men's tennis player before transitioning. And I just sat there staring at the TV. This is me. This is who I am. And it's possible to do something about it. You have no idea what that meant. Renee Richards was one of the first transgender people to put herself in the public eye and answer questions.
And now Juli is doing the same thing.
My daughter's 12, and people her age and a little older seem to just get it. People of our generation have to struggle to try and understand.
Before the transition, Juli's youngest daughter, Rhiannon, said her dad was never relaxed, rarely happy.
And now I can sit here on the couch and talk for hours about my day. And she'll be there listening.
Listening and comfortable because finally she feels she's living the life she was supposed to live.
It's incredibly difficult, and the hurdles are many, but I feel that it's been worth it. I'm myself. I get to be myself. I am the luckiest person I know.
I forgot to say this, but thank you so much to Julie for sitting down and talking to me and sharing that story. She says one of the most common questions people have is, did you get the surgery? Julie says that most trans people want to have the surgery. It's extremely expensive and it's not usually covered by insurance, can cost upwards of $50,000. She has not had it. And a lot of people just can't afford that. The other question she gets is, does anybody regret transitioning? And so far, Julie says she has never met anyone who has said they have regretted it.